release of so many political prisoners, and he helped to prosecute a group of people who had committed massacres during the first coup d'etat, and these people were in jail and were released after the coup d'etat, after the kidnapping of President Aristide in 2004. He is the director of Institute for Justice and Democracy in Haiti. He, sometimes I ask myself, you know, why does he sacrifice so much for the people of Haiti? And I don't think he gets paid for it. But I guess he does it when you go there, and as you saw in the picture, it's the people, what they're fighting for, their courage. So he must feel compelled to stand with them. And would you please help me welcome Brian Concannon.
Thank you, Maria, and thank you, everybody. It's a real pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to be at an event organized by the Haiti Action Committee. I do quite a bit of speaking to solidarity and church and human rights groups all over the country, and everywhere I go, the Haiti Action Committee is recognized as one of the leaders, if not the leader, of solidarity, and is an example and inspiration to people all across the United States, but also all over the world, in terms of how a group of committed people can really make a difference. I'm also happy to be here in the Congressional District of Barbara Lee, who's as you obviously know, she has been an outspoken supporter of democracy and justice in Haiti for years, and is one of the most courageous and persistent advocates for Haiti in Congress. I'm also happy to be generally in the San Francisco Bay Area, which is, even beyond the great work by the Haiti Action Committee and by Barbara Lee, is really the greatest core anywhere outside of Haiti in terms of great work done to promote justice in Haiti. A couple examples: in the legal field, the Center for Justice and Accountability is still tenaciously pursuing the people who were guilty of human rights violations in the last coup from 1991 to 1994, and we're going to keep on the pressure until they start doing cases for this coup as well. Right, Blair? We also do a lot of work. Hastings Law School did a lot of work, especially on political prisoner Yvonne Neptune. The University of San Francisco has a special program on economic and social rights advocacy with respect to Haiti. We'll start hearing from them more as that program matures. It's also, the San Francisco Bay Area is also a center of the fight against misinformation. The KPFA radio and the San Francisco Bayview have been leaders in, respectively, in radio and print in showing what the truth is of Haiti. Both have been willing to speak the truth, and most importantly, have been willing to criticize and critically analyze the untruths that we're hearing from other sources. I'm also happy to be here well, honored and happy to be here with Father Jerry and Paul Farmer and Sister Maureen, and with all of you who are investing some of your valuable time to learn more about what's been happening in Haiti, and also, probably more important, to learn about what we can do about what's happening in Haiti, because we really do, it is really on our shoulders, the fate of Haiti, and unless we do something, Haitians will never achieve a life of dignity and justice unless we let that happen. I'd like to address two issues. One is talk about the justice system, and the other is to talk about advocacy in the United States. And those two topics correspond with the two halves of my life working on Haiti issues. On the justice end, I worked for 8 years in Haiti, mostly working for the Bureau des Avocats Internationaux, which was helping victims prosecute cases from the first coup d'etat, from the 1991 to 1994 coup d'etat. And we were really successful. We had one trial that has been recognized as one of the most significant human rights prosecutions ever in the hemisphere. It was up to international standards. We got a very dysfunctional justice system to do a very high quality prosecution. We were able to convict people from low-level foot soldiers and paramilitaries right up to the members of the High Command. And we even had 3 members of the High Command in jail, including the highest ranked soldier ever extradited from the United States, ever deported from the United States on human rights grounds. And along with people like Father Jerry and victims groups and grassroots groups, we really showed the world that justice in Haiti could work. Unfortunately, all that hard work got thrown out because our government did not like Haiti's government, so we removed Haiti's president to the Central African Republic on a U.S. plane, and at the same time, everybody that was ever convicted in a human rights case in Haiti was set free. All our work, 6 years of real hard work, went down the drain in an instant, and that really convinced me that my place was no longer in Haiti, that no matter how hard we worked in Haiti, that no matter what kind of a difference we made, it was nothing unless we made our country safe for democracy in Haiti. That is what I do now. I direct the Institute for Justice and Democracy in Haiti. We do 3 types of things. One, we do lawsuits. We try to sue whoever's responsible for human rights violations in Haiti. We try to get people who are speaking truth and are arrested for that out of jail. I'm happy to say most successfully, including Father Jerry, although I hate to disagree with Sister Maureen because it's a very perilous course, but I don't think the President Aristide is necessarily the only political exile who can go back. Actually, Father Jerry, if he asked me, I would say my legal advice would be very cautious before you go back, because he actually has charges over him, existing charges for gun possession. And it's almost a lot of things that have been happening in the last 2.5 years in Haiti. It's almost like a Saturday Night Live parody of Kafka. Father Jerry has charges for gun possession. No one's ever seen these guns. They certainly didn't find them on Father Jerry's possession or in his house, which they searched. There's no proof that the guns are illegal. There's no proof that he doesn't have, that whoever has them has a permit or that they even exist anymore. But he still can be arrested if he shows up at the airport and put in jail. Or he's already spent 7 months in jail. He could spend another 7 months in jail on these trumped-up charges. One of the problems of the justice system now is that although we have at least a partial transition in the executive branch with the election of President Préval, and with the legislative branch with the election of Parliament, there's almost been no transition in the third branch, the justice system. And the justice system was actually worse than the other two. Well, the legislature wasn't even going during the 2.5 years of the interim government, but the justice system was very systematically stacked in favor of the interim regime, because they knew that they could control Haiti to a large extent, even far after they left, by controlling the justice system with their appointments. Good judges were chased out, either by being intimidated or beat up or illegally fired. Bad judges were hired, people who were more willing to obey the government's wishes than willing to apply the rule of law. And again, Father Jerry's case is a perfect example of that. Those people are all still there. There's been no removals. As far as I know, not a single removal of a single judge. A couple prosecutors have been replaced, but not that many, including prosecutors who are acting grossly illegally and are continuing to take an active role in the persecution of, among other people, Annette Auguste, who you saw. A prosecutor that recommended that she be convicted, even though there were no charges against her, there was no evidence against her, is still in office. And that's going to take a long time to change the justice system until it becomes more responsive to the people. And that's something that we're going to need to, on this end, we're going to need to keep fighting until that happens. We're going to need to pressure the Haitian government, we're going to need to pressure our government, we're going to need to pressure individual actors in the justice system to make sure that they obey the rule of law. The second thing I'd like to talk about is what we can do about both the justice system and all the other problems discussed in the film, and then I'm sure that Father Jerry and Dr. Paul will add in more, and what Sister Maureen described in her, of what she found out at the Solidarity Conference. And the first thing is we obviously need to keep fighting. One thing I think that happened with the Solidarity movement is that after 1994, when democracy was restored, we said we won. We've got an elected president, there's an elected legislature, we can lay off a little bit. The result of us laying off a little bit was that our government removed Haiti's government 10 years later. We cannot let that happen again. The Haitian people have been fighting too long at too high a cost for us to let them fight alone again. We need to keep going until the democratic transition is absolutely complete. And the ways we can do that, the first thing we need to do is to get organized. We need to all join campaigns. We need to join organizations. Again, I can't say enough about the Haiti Action Committee. And Haiti Action Committee proves that there's a place for everybody in the movement, because there's people, not everybody in the Haiti Action Committee has all the skill sets necessary to do a complete advocacy. But there are people who can write, they write. There are people who can organize, they organize. There are people who can film, they film. People who can do websites, do websites. People who organize, organize. And it's really a case of using a vast array of skills that each individual person has in order to put together a complete system of advocacy for Haiti. The second thing that we need to do is to pitch in on direct campaigns. And I'll put in a plug for one campaign, that's the debt relief for Haiti. Haiti has a crushing foreign debt. Almost half of it was contracted to the Duvalier dictatorship or to other dictatorships that stole the money from the Haitian people, and it's now the Haitian people who have to pay it back. The debt is odious because it was given to dictatorships before. We basically gave money to the Duvaliers as part of the fight against communism. And we should pay that back because we got the dividend of the Duvaliers voting against Cuba at the UN. And it should be the US taxpayers who pay that, not the Haitian peasants. The debt is also onerous. As you'll hear, I'm sure that Paul can speak. The Haitian government doesn't have the money to adequately give healthcare, education, and food and other necessaries, survival necessaries, to its people. And it is completely immoral for money to be diverted from treating preventable diseases among poor people to giving more money back to the international financial institutions that are already here. There's actually a concrete solution to that. Representative Maxine Waters from Los Angeles, who's probably the most, she has been standing up for Haiti like nobody else in the last 5 years. Has been an absolutely indefatigable and courageous advocate. The most recent thing she's done is to introduce H.R. 888, which is a Haiti debt relief bill, which is directing the U.S. government to do everything it can to relieve Haiti's onerous and odious debt. And she's asked Haiti's solidarity activists all over to encourage their members of Congress to co-sponsor this. Right now we've got up to 57 co-sponsors to the bill, which is great. It's the most co-sponsors on any bill, any good bill for Haiti since I've been involved. The downside is that's not enough. There's 435, I believe, members of the House of Representatives, so we need to at least get half that number of co-sponsors. And in this district, you don't need to tell Representative Lee to co-sponsor. She obviously co-sponsored. You can tell her thank you for doing it. But you do need to tell Ellen Tauscher, George Miller, and Nancy Pelosi. You're not yet signed up. You're not among that 57. And there's postcards. The Haiti Action Committee has printed out postcards, so it's easy to do. All you got to do is get one at the back table, sign it. They'll even address it and post it, although they'll ask for donations to help defray postage. But it's something you can do very quickly tonight to make a concrete difference in the lives of Haitians. Another thing, a longer-term issue, a longer-term way of engaging with Haiti, the Haiti Institute for Justice and Democracy in Haiti, my organization, we started a program a year and a half ago called the Half Hour for Haiti. And every week we issue an action alert that gives people an educational and concrete way of promoting justice in Haiti. Sometimes we do phone calls to U.S. officials, sometimes it's faxes, emails, sometimes it's just reading a particularly informative article. It's almost always less than half an hour a week, and it always will make a difference in Haiti. And I encourage you to sign up for that. We have a sign-up sheet back on the table, or you can sign up on our website, which is www.ijdh.org. Or you can, there's a flyer back there that can tell you where to send an email to sign up. So I encourage you to do that as well. The last thing that we need to do to effectively help the people in Haiti is to stay informed. And the good information about Haiti is not going to arrive on your doorstep wrapped in a plastic bag. It's not going to come on NPR. It's not going to come on most cable TV stations or network news. But it's not that hard to get. You only have to go a little bit out of your way to get that information. A couple of websites I highly recommend: Haiti Action Committee, www.haitiaction.net, the Institute for Justice and Democracy in Haiti, our website, www.ijdh.org, and there's also several others. Again, the Bayview, KPFA are great places to stay informed and involved on Haiti. And Sister Maureen mentioned the Lancet study, and that is a good example of the kind of misinformation that happens in Haiti. We have been reporting, IDJH, but also Haiti Action Committee, Amnesty International, the Center for the Study of Human Rights at the University of Miami, the National Lawyers Guild, Harvard University Law School, had been reporting throughout the 2.5 years of the coup d'etat that there was systematic violence conducted by the government and its allies against La supporters. The interim government, our government, the United Nations, and even the mainstream press all rejected that, saying, oh no, that's just anecdotal, you're only speaking to a small percentage of the population. Well, the Lancet study went through and talked to everybody in Port-au-Prince. It was actually somewhat weighted towards wealthy people, the way they chose their targets. And the result is that they came up with irrefutable proof that in fact what we had been saying all along was true, that the attacks were predominantly against La supporters, other than common crime, but the politically motivated ones were against La supporters, done by police, paramilitary gangs, and former soldiers. The result of having this irrefutable proof out there was that the people who had been denying what we've been saying all along could no longer deny it, so what they did was they attacked the messenger. And they started a campaign of character assassination against one of the authors, which has worked. If you kind of Google the Lancet in Haiti, you'll see hundreds of stories about that there's a controversy about the name that the author used. You'll see very few thorough explanations of the actual findings of the study. And that's something we need to do. You will on Haiti Action, and you will on IDJH, on those websites, find a much more balanced treatment of the controversy. And I'd just like to finish by somewhat answering his question as to how I got stuck on this Haiti thing. And it's really, I think that the first event that really got me hooked on Haiti when I was working for the UN in Haiti, and a group of people were outside, came outside the office, and we couldn't tell what it was. We looked out and it looked like they were protesting, but then sometimes it looked like they were having fun and singing. Sometimes they were mad, sometimes they were angry. So I followed that group, and I found out that they were celebrating, they were singing, they were also angry because someone had been arrested in the Rabateau massacre, which was the case that we took to where we convicted the high command. Someone had been arrested, a captain, and they were happy about that, but they were also mad that things hadn't been happening as quickly as they should have, and they wanted to show the justice authorities that they were serious and were not going to let this case drop. And so I followed them around all afternoon. They were going all around this hot, dusty city for 2 hours singing and dancing about justice. And for someone like me who cares a lot about justice, that was just an offer I couldn't refuse. And I spent the next 4 years of my life working on getting that case going. And ever since then, I've been hooked on Haiti. Another reason why you'll see enough with Father Jerry. Father Jerry, as you probably know, has been an outspoken advocate for the poor of Haiti. He's been a very effective organizer in the United States and in Haiti. And he's also been, this is something he gets no credit for, so I'm going to give him some credit for. He's a voice for peace. And one of the first times I heard Father Jerry speak at length was in early 2000 when the journalist Jean Dominique was killed. And after his funeral, some civil unrest broke out. There were a lot of angry people who felt that Jean Dominique, who had been a voice for Haiti's poor, had been killed by the elite. And there were a lot of people who took to the streets and vented their frustration in some violent ways. And Father Jerry got on a radio station, and I actually heard him for about 2 hours. I had the radio on while I was working, speaking for 2 hours straight about why this is unacceptable, telling everybody to get back in their house. This is not how we fight for justice. We fight for justice by doing nonviolent demonstrations, by organizing, and by insisting in justice, not by repeating injustice. And it's that type. Once you hear someone like Father Jerry speak, and he's probably one of the best in Haiti, but he's not the only one. There's millions of people who have his courage, if not quite his eloquence. And I'd encourage you, if you can, to go visit Haiti, to get involved as much, and to find a way of engaging in Haiti, because you too will find yourself inspired by people who will dance, sing, work, talk on the radio for 2 hours, anything they can do for justice. Thank you.
As Brian said, we in the Haiti Action Committee, and really all of us, owe a great debt of gratitude to some of the brave journalists and commentators who have really kept the voice of the Haitian people alive during tough times since the last coup. And so I'm just going to read them off, and I'd like us, if any of you are in the house, please stand up. We'd like to recognize them. Dennis Bernstein of Flashpoints.